Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're taking a look at the 2016 Renault Clio R.S. 16 concept. Now this is a concept car that was unfortunately never put into production, not even in small numbers, which was due to the focus of Renault and its resources being put towards the Alpine A110. So yeah, I do love that car, but it would have been nice to have at least a few of these out and about because it is easily one of the best hot hatchbacks on this game. But at least we do get it in this game, so not all complete loss to be honest. And yeah, this has a lot of modifications on it over the standard Clio from around the same time, all of which I can't go into because I'll be here forever, so I am going to link an auto car article in the description which will give you a full rundown of everything that's been done to this car. But I'm going to give you a few of the details that has been put to this car. It's got the rear seats removed, has extended wheel arches, a rear spoiler, improved brakes, ultra compact lithium ion battery which saves £33, has 60mm wider front and rear track widths, and has 40 kilos of downforce at 125 miles an hour, so that's pretty good for a hot hatch. But the biggest difference is that the engine and the gearbox has been taken from the Megane RS 275 Trophy R, which they only made 30 of them as well, so yeah, another rare Renault, but they've taken the two great elements out of that car and bunged it in this vehicle, which is a bit of work of genius really, because this car weighs so much less than that Megane at 2,657 pounds, so you've got a really rather lightweight, small hatchback that has now a lot of power. Speaking of power, it has the 2-litre turbocharged inline-4 engine, which produces 270 horsepower and 265 pounds-feet of torque. That's nearly as much as the Megane that we recently reviewed, which is obviously slightly newer than this, but also heavier. But again, it's also a production car, so you can actually get your hands on that, which you can't do with this, sadly. But I do really like the look of this car. It's got plenty of sporting potential to it, with those wheel arches, those new wheels, the rear spoiler there, the rear diffuser, and yeah, it does really look the part. But again, sadly, you're not going to be able to get your hands on it, which is a great shame because this car is easily one of the best handling hot hatchbacks on this game, and also one of the fastest and more sporting hot hatchbacks as well, because it really is able to cut its mustard alongside the other kind of sports cars that are around this kind of power level and weight. So yeah, cracking car all in all, but as you can see from the interior, it's got a little bit less in terms of the way of luxury. Those seats are now fixed, thinner, and obviously have racing harnesses. And like I said, there is no rear seats at all, which is kind of surprising that they kept the doors actually on there, because that would have been some more weight saving to be honest. But yeah, the doors are still there, but no real use for them because there's no rear seats. But the rear hatch also still opens up, so even if it did go into production, you would have plenty of space in the rear there if you were so inclined. But this car has such a stiff suspension with very little in the way of creature comforts that yeah, I doubt it will be much fun on the open road. But we are going to take it out there to see just how good it is, so let's get out there. Now, with all those upgrades and advantages over the standard Clio, this is a cracking car. Big shame that it's not been put into production, even like I said in small numbers, but at least we get to try it out on this game. And yeah, it is a cracking vehicle, easily one of the best hot hatchbacks on the game. Not just because it's got a lot of power and torque, but also because it handles really good as well, which is obviously more common than it used to be with hot hatchbacks, with, you know, your Focus RSs and even the Megane RS, and you know, even your Mercedes-Benz A45 AMG, which is a heifer of a vehicle, but it still handles reasonably well. And then obviously you got your Honda Civic Type R's and your Volkswagen Golf. So yeah, hot hatchbacks nowadays are more consistent than they used to be, and yeah, the likes of this is well up there in terms of my favourite hot hatchbacks. No, it doesn't have the same kind of practicality of a normal Clio, but it's really got all of the speed and acceleration and essentially the handling to make mincemeat of most other hot hatchbacks. Now sure, it's got way less power than your likes of your Ford Focus RSs or your Honda Civic Type R's, but yeah, for my money, if this was on a track, this would make mincemeat of both of them because it's lighter than both of them, and yeah, has way better handling than both of them. Principally because it's got downforce at a higher rate of speed, and it's, you know, lighter, which also means it's got better brakes, and it means it can make the most of its power, which again is way down on, you know, your Hondas and your Fords, but it's still really, really rather good. And in such a lightweight small car like this, it makes real sense to have it. And yeah, it's still good in terms of acceleration as well. 0 to 16, 6.019 seconds. 0 to 100 in 13.5 seconds. And it will go into a top speed of 157 miles an hour, which is really rather reasonable. It's pretty much on par with a Megane RS, which, because that has more power and more torque, is fairly reasonable. So yeah, cracking car this. You can get it via the festival playlist at the moment. You only have to do one championship to get it, so it's well worth getting, even if you just want to hoon around this car in. But I imagine it will be a good car to drive online as well, especially if you give it some upgrades, because you've got a really good platform to put more power into this, and obviously you improve the handling further, because obviously it's such a lightweight car with a reasonably powerful engine in the first place. So yeah, it's a good platform to start from. So yeah, highly recommend giving it a go, because it's a cracking little vehicle just to try out in stock form. And yeah, like I said, no doubt even better, if just as competitive when you give it some upgrades. So yeah, get out there and try it. You haven't got much longer to actually try it out, because obviously the season's changed next week, but again, it's well worth trying out. And yeah, like I said, easily one of my favourite hot hatchbacks out there. It's just a great shame that they've not even been able to put out a few units just to, you know, give it at least a production record, and therefore means it can do production records on tracks like the Nürburgring, because I imagine this will be phenomenal around that track. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.